Mr. Chijioke Ihunwo joins us on the program from Port Harcourt in Rivers State. Thank you for joining us on the show this hour. That's your name, your reputation. Did you witness that bag of money? And did Governor Fubara really did order the burning of the House of Assembly? Mr. Ihunwo, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Well, I'm asking if you witnessed the bag of money claimed by Dr. Nweke. What's your side of the story?
Well, I want to tell Nigerians that Dr. George Nweke, who was the former head of service, has misled Nigerians by telling them a story that is not true. Well, you know that our governor is a civil servant. He was a civil servant before he became the governor. And he's a very quiet person and a very humble man. So what George Nweke is telling Nigerians is not true and is false. He did mention that he was in government house that night. And I could remember that was a Sunday. And me, Ambassador Chijioke Ihunwo, I was not seen around government house. I was not there at that point in time. So what he was doing was to play the script of his paymasters. And I want to also challenge Dr. Nweke. Dr. Nweke has served Rivers people for 35 good years as a civil servant. And you're coming to tarnish your reputation because of money. Trying to indict people, also indicting the governor. So that is not true. I cannot go and destroy an asset that belongs to Rivers State government. I can't do that. So I want to also tell George Nweke furthermore that I should tell Nigerians the cloth I was putting on, how I was dressed on that particular day, and my conversation. You can't, come to mislead people because you want to please your paymaster. That information is not true and is wrong. And as I speak to you, I've also ordered my lawyers to start processing against him in court. We'll meet in court. Somebody cannot just sit down because he's collected money from the other party. And what you need to do is just try to blackmail the governor, Edison, and I. Now, he did mention in his interview that Ambassador Chijioke Ihunwo, the former chairman of Fubara, was there. He should tell the world what was the role I played when he said I was there. And that's it. That's a cooked up story, just trying to malign my image, the image of the federal governor and the chief of staff. So nothing like that happened. I think he's being used by desperate politicians who want to, own our state, who wants to own Rivers State. So that information is not true and it's lie. I am not a member of the Rivers State Assembly. I am not a staff of the Rivers, so I can't go to the State Assembly Complex. State Assembly Complex is directly opposite the police headquarters, Moscow Road, Port Harcourt. And there heavy security there. So how can people access there? I'm not working there. You have a right card to enter there to get access to the place. The answer is no. So George Nweke is not telling Nigerians the truth. He's lying. And I want to also advise him to please apologize to our governor because I saw George Nweke to be a man who has conscience, who, with his age, about 65 years old, should not be doing this kind of thing he's doing. He has children, even the doctor just got married about 2 weeks ago. And the same man is coming to the national television to tell Nigerians lie. And you can see the video where people are writing for him, telling him to mention our names. So I want to advise him, please, he should please apologize to our governor and did apologize to us because that information is not true.
The last time we spoke, I recall that you are a strong ally to Governor Fubara, and at the time you spoke passionately about your support for him. It was a Sunday night. You were not at the State House as you claimed. But what kind of relationship do you have with Mr. Governor? Do you meet with him to discuss issues as regards governance?
Well, I am very close ally of the governor, and let me tell people, there is no amount of intimidation that will make me leave the governor. There is no amount of intimidation, no amount of blackmail that will make me leave the governor. I stand for justice. I stand for the truth. What we are saying is rescue Rivers. It's not all about Governor Fubara. It's all about the destiny of a generation of our Rivers people, not about the governor. Because if we allow this happening in our state to continue, it's not going to affect the government. It's going to affect me, affect my children, and affect the future of Rivers people. That one man wants to own our state. I am aware that the person is from my local government. So I am very close ally to the governor, and I will not, like I said before, I will not betray Fubara. No amount of pressure from anywhere will make me betray him. I'm very close to him, and I will remain loyal and committed to the end of this course. So we also discussed the issue of governance in Rivers State. Let me tell you, Rivers State is too big for one man to own as an estate. So for us, I want to advise. We also know that there are most people who are like George Weke still with us. In less than no time, God will continue to expose them, because a man cannot help you and the talk back payback time. We are trying to tell what Nigerians that is associated with the militant. You can see what George Weke is saying, that he met the governor, he sat down with the governor talking about Bala Muhammad. Let me tell you something. The function of the head of service is to coordinate the secretariats, transfer directors, permanent secretaries. He doesn't even have any business to do in government house. George Weke cannot even sit down where the governor is discussing with prominent Rivers outside politicians. When Bala came to Rivers, when they swore us in as council chairman, he later came back for the commissioning of Omoma internal route. So what is George Weke actually saying? That he has access to the governor, he has secrets of the governor, and you can see that his head of service does not have access to even the finance of Rivers State. So you cannot say that the man is telling lies. So I want to appeal to people that they should disregard about what this young man is saying, and the way he's going, he has already finished his generation. Let me tell you what he has done. Even his children, he has started to, with his name, he has made a name for himself, but coming to destroy the name because of peanuts.
It's interesting the way you have put it, that someone cannot help you and then you turn your back against that person. That's the exact narrative we hear as regards what has happened between former Governor Wike and Governor Fubara, right? Your government has now been suspended. Your election has been upturned. I was thinking that on the mind of politicians in Rivers would be the need to sit across the table and to mend broken walls if this state of emergency is going to be upturned. Is that priority for the Fubara camp?
Yes. What has happened in the state, the president declared state of emergency. I will know we're going to go back to the round table to discuss the modalities for peace. But we're not going to sell our state in light of the total peace with our people. The future of Rivers people is very, very paramount. Like you see our governor is a very quiet person and he's very focused. And you look at him, he's a man that has conscience. So, like I will tell people, Mr. President has declared state of emergency, we have a sole administrator, we are supporting the sole administrator in bringing back peace in our state. The governor has made frantic efforts. When the Supreme Court gave that judgment, I said, look, I will do whatever the Supreme Court has asked me to do. And the governor wrote to the assembly members, I am coming to present this budget. They locked the governor outside. The facility they were operating belongs to Rivers State government. Now, the governor also wrote another letter. Please, I'm also coming to present this budget. What they did was, to turn down, I said, look, and what they want is crisis. But by the grace of God, Mr. President, in his wisdom, now intervene by, bringing that to say, because this faith would have been bloody. Because the governor has said, look, I want to present, he's the governor of our state, for God's sake, for crying out loud. And he said, look, I want to present this budget. And they said, no. And the man said, I'm going to do whatever the Supreme Court has asked me to do. But we are open for discussion. We want peace in our state. We want our state to move forward so that Rivers people can enjoy governance in our states.
Yeah, I hear you. You are open for discussion, but I wonder if you're willing to bend a little bit backwards, because it's the same narrative prior to the state of emergency. You don't think if nothing changed as to your position on this matter, then nothing is going to change when you get to the table?
Okay, well, let me say that my position is this. Whatever that will bring peace in our state, we are going to do it. Because Rivers people voted for His Excellency, the governor of Rivers State, and they are expecting a lot of things to be done by the governor. So, like I tell people that we are open for discussion. Whatever that is going to bring peace in our state, I will be part of it and I will support it. So, what we want is peace. They should allow the governor to complete his tenure. They should allow the governor to govern our state, instead of causing crisis here and there, using the forces, external forces, to say, look, the governor is a militant, the governor is this, the governor is that. And let me tell people that our governor does not have affiliates with any militant group, with any group. I see that with him, we discuss. Our governor is not that kind of person. So I will appeal to Nigerians that we want peace in our state, and in less than no time, we believe that our governor will be back as the governor of Rivers State. But what we want is peace, and genuine peace. Nobody should impose anything on our governor. Say, look, you must do this. But for us, we are going to continue to support him. We don't have anywhere to go to. We are going to remain loyal and committed to Fubara. I am not a man that betrays. I can't betray His Excellency the governor, because it has also helped me. So I will remain with him and also tell the public, like I said before, I am here to only speak on the issue concerning the former head of service who has taught himself to I don't know what to use. I don't want to abuse him, but he has taught himself to be used by desperate politicians in our state.
All right.
To be
let us take,
at this point in
Mr. Ihunwo, let us take a short break, and we're going to get back to this conversation. I hear you when you say you cannot betray Mr. Governor, but you know, some said that what you have done is to betray your former godfather, the former governor of the state, and perhaps that's also the destiny of the current governor. But stay with us. We'll be back with more.